morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, November 22nd. My name is Daryl Grove, and you're listening to The Goalmouth, the bite-sized soccer news podcast that's all up in your face, but in a mostly friendly way. 4 servings of soccer news for you today, but let's break with restaurant protocol and skip straight to the main course. Jurgen Klinsmann has been fired. You heard that right. Jurgen Klinsmann has been fired. As of Monday afternoon, the US Soccer Federation has, quote, parted ways with the German, meaning Klinsmann is no longer the US men's national team head coach or technical director or even condescender-in-chief. The US Soccer release pointed to the, quote, form and direction of the national team as the reasons for giving Klinsmann an empty cardboard box, which is obviously a reference to the US being rock bottom of the hexagonal group and in serious danger of missing out on World Cup qualification. I want to go on record saying I'm 100% in favour of this decision. It's not just the way Klinsmann has talked down to American soccer fans and media over the past few years, especially when we expressed dissatisfaction after defeat. For me, it's the dangerous lack of tactical preparation and instruction that was obvious every time the US faced an organised opponent, like, say, Mexico and Costa Rica in the past week. It's also the way that the former coach was quite happy to blame players like Jermaine Jones, Michael Bradley and John Brooks for defeats, but never once accept that he got his planning wrong. There's only so many disorganised 4-0 defeats I can watch in one calendar year. Alright, deep breath. And on to the future, because in related news, the story that former US national team coach and current LA Galaxy head coach Bruce Arena is about to step into Klinsmann's shoes is being half rumoured and half reported. Let's call it rumour-ported. There's actually a press teleconference later this afternoon with US Soccer where we may very well learn that Arena is the new/old man in charge. For anyone upset that US Soccer might be rehiring a coach they fired in 2006, I say this. 1. Bruce Arena is the most successful American coach of the last few years, winning 3 MLS Cups with the LA Galaxy. 2. There isn't really time for some revolutionary new figure to come in and shape the US in his image before the must-win World Cup qualifiers in March. Which leads to 3. It's best to think of the US national team as a city that's run out of money and is failing to provide basic social services because the previous mayor was a madman, and to think of Bruce Arena as the emergency city manager who's going to get the water and electricity turned back on and get us qualified for the 2018 World Cup. Oh, did I mention that the city was on fire? Yeah, the city was a raging inferno, but the former mayor was saying, no, this is fine, this is normal, don't worry. So let's all get behind the man who has to tame the flames, and then after that we can make some long-term plans. Speaking of, at least one US national team is doing well right now, with the US USWNT topping their group at the U20 Women's World Cup in Papua New Guinea. The team tied 1-1 with Ghana in the early hours of Monday morning, which was enough to finish top of Group C, just ahead of France. But only after we got down to the 5th tiebreaker. The US was level with France on points, level on goal difference, level on goals scored, level in head-to-head, but took first because they had fewer yellow cards. That sets up a quarter-final clash with Mexico in the early hours of Friday, November 25th. The game actually kicks off at 1 a.m. Eastern on Friday morning, which is a problem because it's 59 minutes after the new season of The Gilmore Girls is released on Netflix. You might think I'm joking, but I'm Lorelai and Rory and Luke for life, so this is going to be a serious late-night dilemma in my house. Last, and kind of least, but still pretty awesome, FIFA has released the shortlist for the Puskás Award, which goes to the best goal of the previous 12 months. There are 10 candidate goals, including Messi's unstoppable free kick versus the US this summer, and Hal Robson-Kanu's surprise Cruyff turn at the Euros. But because of the quality of the opposition and the importance of the game, I'm voting for Saul's dribble through most of Bayern Munich in the Champions League semi-final this past April. Disagree? Tough. I already voted, but you're welcome to go and do the same. That's all from me, other than to encourage you to please support the Goalmouth by subscribing via iTunes. That way you'll get the show every morning and you'll be first to know the news. You can also help spread the word by telling a friend to give us a listen, or even by giving us an iTunes review. I've been Daryl Grove. George Qureshi will be with you tomorrow, and so I'll leave you with today's Goalmouth top tip. Parting is such sweet sorrow, but more sweetness than sorrow when we're bottom of the hex.